Welcome to this channel. We are pleased to have you as part of our dear audience. Please get yourself comfortable, have a cup of coffee or your favorite tea, relax, and we hope that you enjoy this video.
Hey everyone, welcome to another deep dive with us.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
You know, today we're tackling something that I think affects pretty much all of us at some point. You know, those self-limiting beliefs.
Right, those sneaky little...
Yeah, exactly. Those ones that can really hold us back without us even realizing it sometimes.
It's true. And you know what's so interesting is we have these two fantastic articles that we're going to be diving into today.
Oh, yeah.
One is by Mark Travers, is from Forbes.
Okay, love Forbes. Yeah.
And the other is from Psychology Today. It's by Dr. Melanie McNally.
Awesome. And what I love about this is that we're not just going to be like, oh, here's this problem of self-limiting beliefs.
Right.
We're going to look at like, how do we actually transform these?
That's the goal.
Yeah, give you guys some real tangible takeaways.
Because I think a lot of times we know that we have them.
Right.
But we don't know what to do about it.
Yeah, exactly. And Travers, I mean, he points out some that I think a lot of people struggle with, you know, like things always go wrong for me.
Yeah.
Or I'm just not good enough.
I don't know about you, but I've definitely had those thoughts.
For sure. I think those are so common.
Yeah.
And both of the authors actually define these self-limiting beliefs as these stories that we tell ourselves.
Right.
And what's crazy is the more we believe them, the more we actually find evidence to support them.
Oh, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Exactly. It is. So, for example, you might have this belief that you're bad at public speaking.
Right.
And because you believe that you avoid opportunities to practice, and then when you do have to speak, you're so nervous
Oh, yeah.
that you fumble your words, and then you're like, see, I told you.
Totally. So we're actually creating our own reality based on these beliefs.
And that's where things get really fascinating.
Okay.
So Dr. McNally talks about this technique called the downward arrow.
Okay.
And therapists use this to help uncover their patients' hidden beliefs. It's all about repeatedly asking this question. And if that were true, what does that mean about you?
Oh, that's interesting. I've never heard of that before, the downward arrow.
Yeah, pretty cool. I like that.
So for instance, let's say someone is afraid to start their own business.
Okay.
Because they're convinced they'll fail.
Yeah, that's a common one.
Right. So the first question would be, and if you did fail, what would that mean about you?
Right.
And they might say something like, well, it would mean I'm not smart enough or capable enough.
Oh, I could see that.
Right. And then you continue to dig deeper. And if you weren't smart enough or capable enough, what would that mean?
Right, right.
And this is how you could get to these even deeper beliefs, like I'm not worthy or I'm not good enough.
Wow. So it's like peeling back the layers.
Exactly. That's like an onion.
Yeah, to really get to the core
To the root of it.
of what's going on.
Yeah.
So we've kind of established that these beliefs can be pretty deep-seated.
Yeah.
And we might not even be consciously aware of them all the time. So how do we start to recognize them?
That's the question. Right?
Yeah, in our own lives.
Well, both of our authors give us some great strategies.
Okay.
One of the easiest but most effective is just paying attention to your negative thoughts. So those, I can't and I'm not good enough.
Right, right.
Those are little clues that a limiting belief might be lurking.
Yeah, like those are little red flags.
Exactly, like your inner critic is trying to give you a little hint.
Yeah, totally. What else can we do?
Well, another strategy is examining your self-talk,
Okay.
especially in challenging situations.
Right.
So do you tend to be overly critical or downplay your abilities?
Yeah, instead of saying, okay, I made a mistake, but I can learn from this. It's
Well-
like, see, I'm such a failure. I knew this would happen.
Ugh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That type of self-talk can be a big red flag.
For sure. For sure.
And you know what else Travers points out is the avoidance factor.
Okay.
So those areas of your life where you tend to procrastinate or shy away from opportunity.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. So, why are you avoiding those things?
Yeah. Is he saying that that could be a sign that there's a limiting belief at play?
Absolutely, because deep down we might be afraid to fail
Right.
or to confirm those negative beliefs that we have.
Oh, like we're trying to protect ourselves from disappointment.
Yeah, exactly. Or from that proof that the belief might be true.
It's easier to just avoid it altogether.
Yeah, why even try?
Yeah.
And another point that both authors make is the importance of reflecting on past failures.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So do we view those as evidence of our limitations? Or do we see them as opportunities for growth?
Right, because it's not just about the negative thoughts, it's how we interpret those experiences.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what we make them mean about ourselves.
Totally, and that can really shape our beliefs going forward.
For sure.
So we've done a great job of sort of identifying some of these beliefs
Yeah.
that might be holding us back, but
Yeah.
now comes the fun part. Like, what do we actually do about them?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question, right?
Yeah, because it's not enough to just be like, oh, I know what my problem is.
Right.
Right.
We have to take action.
We have to actually change them. So what can we do?
Well, Travers, he suggests gathering evidence
Okay.
to disprove the belief.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, so it's like putting those beliefs on trial
Okay.
and saying, okay, do you actually hold up?
Right, like show me the proof.
Exactly. Give me the receipts.
Yes. Okay. I love this analogy.
Yeah, so for example, let's say you're afraid of public speaking
Right.
and you've decided that you're just bad at it because of that one awful experience you had in high school.
Oh, yeah. Everyone has that one.
Right. But have there been other times when you've spoken up
Right.
and actually done a great job?
Like maybe at a work meeting or...
Yeah, exactly. Or you're telling a story to your friends and everyone's like totally captivated.
Right. Right.
You know, so it's about looking for those examples that contradict the belief.
Oh, so we're looking for that evidence to kind of poke holes in that belief.
Exactly. And I think what happens a lot is that we realize that our beliefs are based on a very small amount of data.
Right. Like we're only focusing on the negative stuff.
Exactly. We forget about all the times that we succeeded.
Totally. Totally. And Dr. McNally also has some great techniques.
Oh, yeah, she does.
She talks about disputing the thoughts when they come up.
Yeah.
Like as soon as you have that thought, it's like, no, I don't believe that anymore.
Right. It's like interrupting that pattern
Yeah.
and replacing it with something more positive.
Oh, so instead of thinking like, I'm not good enough for this promotion,
Right.
it's like, no, I'm totally qualified for this. I have all the skills I need.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're shifting your focus.
And she also suggests like actually writing down
Oh, yeah.
the reasons why the belief might not be true.
Yeah, I love that one.
Like we're making a case for ourselves.
Yeah. And when you see it in black and white,
Yeah,
it makes it a lot easier to challenge it.
totally. And she talks about actually creating new beliefs
Yes.
to replace the old ones.
Like, what do you want to believe instead?
Right, like coming up with new empowering beliefs.
Yes. And the more you practice them, the more they become your default.
Oh, it's like creating a whole new story.
Yeah, you're rewriting the narrative.
You know, this whole conversation reminds me of when I thought I wasn't creative enough to be a writer.
Oh, yeah, you told me about this.
Yeah, I had this belief that I just wasn't good with words.
Right.
And it stopped me from doing what I loved for so long.
I can't believe you ever thought that.
I know.
So what changed?
Well, I just finally decided to just write
Yeah.
for myself. You know, no judgment, no expectations. And I realized I actually really enjoyed it
Oh, that's awesome.
and that I could actually express myself.
See?
And it was so freeing.
That's such a good example of how we can rewrite our own stories.
And as I practiced, that belief started to disappear.
Exactly. And now look at you.
But you know, it's important to mention that this isn't always easy.
Right.
Dr. McNally makes it clear that it's an ongoing thing.
It takes time.
You have to be patient with yourself.
Yeah. There's no quick fix.
No magic pill.
Right. It's like learning a new skill.
Totally.
It takes practice.
Yeah. It's not about reaching some state of perfection where we have zero negative beliefs.
Right.
It's more about being aware of them when they come up
Yeah.
and having the tools to be like, no, I'm not going to let you control me.
You got this.
Yeah. So we've really like gotten into some great strategies, you know, for recognizing these beliefs and how to challenge them and reframe them. And I feel like we've been given this amazing toolkit for growth. But I'm curious, like, what does all of this mean for our listeners? Like, what's the big takeaway?
I think the biggest thing is realizing that we all have these beliefs.
Right.
It's part of being human.
We're not alone.
Right. But the point is, we don't have to let them rule us.
Yes. We have a choice.
It's not about being perfectly confident all the time.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing that we get to choose which stories we believe and which ones we want to rewrite.
Oh, I love that it's like we're the authors of our own stories.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And both Travers and Dr. McNally, they talk about how this is an ongoing process.
Right.
It's not like you do it once and you're done.
Right. It's a journey.
Yeah, it's about building that self-awareness so we can catch those beliefs when they come up and choose a different path.
It's like, okay, I see you limiting belief, but I'm not going to let you control me.
Yeah, you got this.
So it's not enough to just think about these things.
Right.
We have to actually put these strategies into practice.
Absolutely. So I have a question for you, listener. What's one small step you can take today to start challenging a belief that's been holding you back.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be anything huge.
Just one little thing.
Maybe it's signing up for that class you've been wanting to take.
Ooh, yeah.
Or having that difficult conversation you've been avoiding.
Exactly, because every time you challenge that belief, you're taking back your power.
Yes, you're creating a new reality for yourself.
One where those old limitations don't control you anymore.
I love that so much. This has been such a great conversation.
It really has.
I feel like I've learned so much.
You too. And remember, listener, this is just the beginning.
Yes, keep exploring.
Keep challenging yourself.
And never underestimate how much you can grow and change.
You got this.
Thank you so much for joining us for another deep dive.
We'll see you next time.
We would love to hear from you. What are your thoughts about this conversation? What is your personal experience? Please share your comments below. If you have any suggestions of additional interesting topics for the channel, let us know. They will be very welcome. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our new valuable material that we are gladly preparing for you. Remember to share this video with family and friends who may find it helpful. You can also check out our related videos. It is our pleasure to accompany you on the journey to health and growth. Thank you very much for watching, and we hope to see you soon in our next video.